Hello, everybody. David Shuster here. Donald Trump's mind and body are decaying literally before our eyes. In the wake of photographs from a signing ceremony in Switzerland showing ugly new bruises on both of his hands, Trump just posted this on social media. It's a bizarre video of aide Stephen Miller.
The Russiagate hoax, the Russiagate conspiracy.
Trump seemed to be reacting to former special counsel Jack Smith, who investigated and indicted Trump for trying to obstruct the 2020 election and for stashing classified documents at Mar-a-Lago. Smith just testified publicly to the House.
I stand by my decisions as special counsel, including the decision to bring charges against President Trump. Our investigation developed proof beyond a reasonable doubt that President Trump engaged in criminal activity. If asked whether to prosecute a former president based on the same facts today, I would do so regardless of whether that president was a Democrat or a Republican.
Donald Trump's effort to attack Jack Smith by posting a strange video of Stephen Miller shows, according to analysts in both parties, a pathetic and remarkable lack of judgment. Trump's judgment and mind have been under fire repeatedly the past few days. In a speech in Switzerland, Trump mixed up Greenland and Iceland.
They're not there for us on Iceland, that I can tell you. I mean, our stock market took the first dip yesterday because of Iceland. So Iceland's already cost us a lot of money.
News Nation correspondent Libby Dean wrote on X, during his World Economic Forum remarks, President Trump appeared to mix up Greenland and Iceland around 3 times. Trump White House spokesperson Caroline Leavitt then wrote, "No, he didn't, Libby. His written remarks referred to Greenland as a piece of ice, because that's what it is. You're the only one mixing anything up here." Did Leavitt not realize that Donald Trump's speech was aired live and that in the video he clearly said Iceland? Also, is Leavitt so stupid as to insist there's no difference between Trump's written remarks and what he actually said?
Until the last few days when I told them about Iceland, they loved me. They called me daddy, right, last time?
Trump is unhinged, and Caroline Leavitt, like Stephen Miller, is arguably a serial liar. The combination of White House aides who refuse to acknowledge the truth and Donald Trump who lies even more and is clearly in mental and physical decline makes everything more disturbing. On top of Donald Trump's obvious health problems, his close aides have no credibility and therefore can't even begin to try and clean things up. However, if there's one thing the Trump White House still has in its favor these days, it's the mainstream media's sane-washing of Donald Trump. Soon after the Davos speech was over, CNN betrayed the haphazard and unfocused Trump remarks the channel just carried by describing Trump's rant as very, very strong.
It was a very, very strong speech, and a lot of it sounded like he could have been giving a political speech.
Then there's Forbes. The news organization wrote in a headline, "Trump rules out using force to take over Greenland in Davos speech." Actually, Trump only ruled out using military force.
We probably won't get anything unless I decide to use excessive strength and force where we would be, frankly, unstoppable. But I won't do that. Okay? Now everyone's saying, oh, good.
Trump left open the possibility of economic force if Denmark and Greenland do not negotiate a deal that is acceptable to him. And regarding the strange daddy comment,
they called me daddy, right, last time? A very smart man said, he's our daddy.
This cringe-inducing rhetoric was never mentioned in reporting by the New York Times or the Washington Post or the Associated Press. The 3 titans of mainstream print media also ignored this Trump remark in Switzerland about the U.S. victory in World War II.
Without us, right now you'd all be speaking German and a little Japanese, perhaps.
Fact check. German is the main language in Switzerland. 62% of the Swiss population speaks German. And perhaps 90% of the audience at Trump's speech heard Trump's remarks and understood the buffoonery. Add in Trump mixing up Iceland and Greenland and saying NATO has never come to America's side, even though NATO did just that after 9/11 in Afghanistan, and you have a president of the United States who is viewed as a deranged moron. Is it because of Trump's mental decline, or has Trump always been this ignorant? Well, you won't see those questions asked or examined in the mainstream media. They paint Trump as a far more serious and sane person than the man the entire world, including millions of Americans, can see before their very eyes. Thankfully, there are some things that even the mainstream media cannot filter about Donald Trump, including the testimony of special counsel Jack Smith.
Rather than accept his defeat in the 2020 election, President Trump engaged in a criminal scheme to overturn the results and prevent the lawful transfer of power. After leaving office in January of 21, President Trump illegally kept classified documents at his Mar-a-Lago social club and repeatedly tried to obstruct justice to conceal his continued retention of those documents. Highly sensitive national security information was held in a ballroom and a bathroom.
Jack Smith's testimony was carried live on all the cable news channels. And as powerful as the testimony was, Donald Trump's unhinged reaction to it was just as revealing.
One fake indictment, one fake charge after another. The special counsel, all of it, was a unrelenting attempt to overthrow the government the American people voted for. I cannot find words harsh enough to condemn the conduct of these conspirators, these insurrectionists.
Trump whined, posted bizarre messages on social media, and melted down. It underscores that whether Trump is reacting to Jack Smith or speaking overseas, the signs of decay and rot are obvious. Trump's judgment is getting worse. His delusions are intensifying, and Trump's mental and physical decline are becoming more dangerous for everybody. By the way, some of the conservative stars on Fox News are now bashing Donald Trump's obsession with Greenland.
What I do think is this, that his efforts on Greenland have baffled a lot of people. It's not popular in this country.
Brett, nobody wants this. Not the people in Denmark, not the people in Greenland, and nearly 9 in 10 in a Quinnipiac poll saying they don't want a military option. That includes 68% of Republicans.
It's unnecessary and irresponsible. It's unnecessary because we are part of the same alliance. We make the same threat analysis. We are willing to work together. And it's irresponsible because it's going to hurt the world economy and it's not in the benefit of both continents. So most important is that we de-escalate.
Check out that video at the link below. It generated a lot of comments on YouTube. One of the most popular was from Crash, who wrote, "How far down the toilet will the USA go before they remove the orange flusher?" I hear you. I look forward to reading your comments about the latest Trump implosions triggering new concerns about Trump's physical and mental health. I'm David Shuster. Thanks for joining us.